Hey guys, thanks for stopping by for another video here at All I See Is W, where we talk about stocks, Bitcoin, and finance, where the goal of this channel is to gain on positive proceeds and lead with an altruistic mindset. In today's video, I'd like to cover the latest updates with MicroStrategy, MSTR stock, what my price prediction is. We'll cover the latest updates with MSTR. Is now a time to buy or sell MicroStrategy? We'll look at it from a bullish and bearish case. Now, just with all of the recent volatility that we've been seeing with the price of Bitcoin going up and down, we've seen also MSTR's stock price fluctuating significantly over the last couple of weeks heading into the year 2025. Most of you are wondering, is now a time to buy MSTR, hold, or even sell MicroStrategy? A lot of this has to do with the influence with Bitcoin price movement, but we'll talk about Bitcoin price analysis as well as to whether we're going to see a correction just with all of the market news going on right now, especially with tariffs imposed on China, Mexico, and Canada. Will this impact the price of Bitcoin, or are we going to continue to see Bitcoin go up to all-time high? From my perspective, Bitcoin, it's still in the early phase of the bull cycle. We'll look and we'll talk more about what I think is going to come with the Bitcoin price here. So just looking at the rainbow chart, Bitcoin recently had its halving back in April of 2024. We're still in that early phase. We haven't fully broken out yet with the Bitcoin bull cycle. 2025 is going to be a year where we're going to get to that 100 to 250 time point where that price is going to go up to that level, all-time highs, where we'll see the rainbow chart where the Bitcoin will run above that orange frame here based on historical trends that we're seeing. So we're still early in that accumulation phase. We haven't got to that FOMO effect yet. So 2025 is going to be a year where we're going to see Bitcoin run significantly, especially with the global market right now, all interested in Bitcoin. It's not going the way. The demand just continues to increase as the United States ramps up this strategic Bitcoin reserve. And we'll talk about just overall MicroStrategy's business model. I mean, they continue to buy, buy, buy. I mean, this CEO here, Michael Saylor, he was on the Forbes article as well as the Bitcoin Alchemist. And he's been just buying up Bitcoin for 12 consecutive weeks now. Dollar cost average, doesn't matter if it's down or up, he continues to buy, establishing multiple levers, looking at MicroStrategy's Bitcoin refinery. So their whole business model is continuing to just buy up Bitcoin. What they do is think about MSTR as like the black hole. It'll just suck up all the fiat money available to buy raw Bitcoin and then to convert that into wrap Bitcoin. So you have different investment strategies, you have dividend payouts, you have convertible bonds, lower risk, and you even have higher risk type of strategies for leveraged ETFs such as MSTX, MSTU, steroids, where there's more volatility. When MSTR price goes up, these type of ETFs can go up by double. So it caters towards the different client needs, especially for clients that want to hedge with Bitcoin, especially if they can't purchase Bitcoin in their own country. So MSTR is that Bitcoin bank that allows for clients who have an interest with the Bitcoin markets to be able to buy MicroStrategy ETF stocks or even convertible bonds and dividends. And as a result of this, this has really pushed up MicroStrategy's price. We've seen MSTR's share price just go up from 2023, 2024, but it's not going to stop there. Their business model continues to work. You can think of MSTR as like the titan of the Bitcoin company, similar to the titan of the AI sector, such as NVIDIA. Now, we'll talk about upcoming catalysts. My price prediction with Bitcoin in 2025 is that it's going to get up to that 200, $250,000. And what does that mean for the price of MSTR? Of course, on the bearish case, we are potentially concerned with dilution. However, when you look at it through the lens of MSTR's business model, acquiring more Bitcoin for every share that is available, each share will hold on to more Bitcoins. That's the counter towards these ATMs, convertible notes, with the increase of shares out there. Let's take a look at this image here. 11 states have introduced some form of strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation. So eventually, we're going to see the entire United States adopt strategic Bitcoin reserve. We see Texas, we see Arizona. I mean, Arizona's been pushing for that Senate approval for strategic Bitcoin reserve, but we're all beginning to see states adopt this whole new strategy for Bitcoin Reserve. Why is that important? Well, that comes down to Donald Trump being a pro Bitcoin advocate. So states have to adjust, they have to adapt, and as a result, the United States is going to be the kingpin powerhouse for Bitcoin as well as increased demand for AI as well. So this is looking very good. Also, just news here from MicroStrategy with the FASB rules. I mean, we heard about Tesla announcing their earnings report. I mean, they marked up their Bitcoin holdings, booking a profit of $600 million in gains just from their hodl of Bitcoin. They have less than 10,000 Bitcoins on their balance sheet, but you see how in the aftermarkets at the time when they announced their earnings report, stock price went up significantly. But just thinking about how much MSTR holds in terms of Bitcoin, I mean, they have approximately 45 times more Bitcoin than what Tesla holds. So that really just shows that come next week earnings report, we could see MSTR blow things out of the water. And now most of you are wondering, is the FASB going to kick in for the Q4 earnings report or the Q1? So we'll have that announcement as we head into next week. Let's take a look at this posting here. MSTR's prices its preferred stock offering at $80 per share, issuing 7.3 million shares a couple days ago with a 10% dividend yield. So now raising more capital to buy more Bitcoin. So you see just with that other lever here, dividend payouts here, people like that 10% dividend yield, especially holding on to this investment, getting a payout of 10% dividend yield. As a result, MSTR will use those funds to buy up more Bitcoin and really be able to focus on just buying up more Bitcoin as a result. Let's take a look at this posting here. So here is a posting in that MSTR's price target, $750 in the month of April. So this is some bullish signals here. We're seeing, you know, potential breakout to $750 just based on this price target here. So I think that how this is based out of the $750 is, you know, you look at, you know, a holding of 541,000. This was old amount here. I mean, they actually hold more than this now. But let's say Bitcoin price goes up to 154,000 with outstanding shares of 265 million outstanding shares. So market cap would be here, this amount, but that would equate to a share price of 752 just based on this stock price calculator based off of the amount of shares available. So here's my drawing here, just looking at technical analysis here. So while we see the RSI at a relatively low point here, you know, just around that 45 range, we're beginning to see a bullish flag signal here. I do think that we're going to see a breakout heading into February. Of course, we saw that run up back in November. We had Citron shorting the company at that time. He thought that this was such a big run up, 800% gain. You know, it ended 2024 with 500% gain, but we've been seeing continuous bleed out since November all the way up to like end of January now. But I do think that as we head into earnings report, we're going to see that push back up, that reverse pattern. We're seeing, you know, a bullish flag established here. So I think that this heavy bleed out here, we're going to see that next gap up. retest 550 and then see that $750, in that, April timeframe. So that's all to come. So looking very exciting. Now, on the bearish case, most of you are wondering, what could be the potential bearish case here? So with Tesla announcing positive results with their less than 10,000 Bitcoins, they had a profit of $600 million with that Bitcoin gains. But what does this mean for MicroStrategy? So there's speculation that MicroStrategy could be liable for billions of dollars in taxes due to the same accounting rule change. Now, under the Financial Accounting Standards Board, just with Tesla, I mean, 26% of Tesla's net income in Q4 came from Bitcoin holdings. So, what does this mean? So, this may potentially mean that, Bitcoin with the price appreciation, MSTR's, continuous buying spree. I mean, there's a news article released about MSTR potentially paying $18 billion in unrealized Bitcoin gains. I mean, that got announced from Wall Street Journal, but I do think that with this whole speculation of MSTR potentially paying $1 billion bill, I think all of this is just speculation. It's not true. I may be incorrect, but I think that it's just raising market uncertainty. As a result, this has led to the price depreciation. But to me, I think that Q4, we're going to blow things out of the water. I think that MicroStrategy share price, we're going to see some huge upside here. April timeframe, we're going to see it kick into gears, $750, in the next couple of months here. So looking very bullish. That's my price prediction as we see Bitcoin April timeframe. I'm forecasting, 130, $150,000 price of Bitcoin in Q1 of 2025 heading into Q2 of 2025. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video of MSTR content. If you did enjoy it, I would really appreciate you hitting the like, subscribing for more related content, and also leave your comments, questions down below. Thank you guys.